Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. This evening, the Romsburg Media Group welcomes you to Motordrome Speedway for the Nascar Whelen All-American Series. Tonight, we will have 5 divisions of racing action, including the biggest event of the season for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. At this time, as always, for our opening ceremonies, we ask that each and every one of you please rise up from your seats. And gentlemen, remove your caps, as we will have an invocation delivered this evening from our good friends at the New Stanton United Methodist Church and the singing of our national anthem. We welcome to the front straight Mr. Randy Overly and Heather Overly. And at this time, our invocation.
Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you just for all that you are and all that you do for us. And we thank you for the beautiful weather that we have this evening to come out to this racetrack. And Father, we thank you that we live in a free country, that we can come and go as we please to enjoy this evening. And Father, as we go forth, we just ask that your blessing be upon those that have served in the past and those that are serving now in our armed forces that provide this freedom for us to come out here and enjoy this evening as family and friends. Father, we ask that your blessing be upon these drivers, protect them, watch over them, and as well as the fans this evening, Lord. And we just ask for safe travel on the way home, and we ask your blessing and your will to be done. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Heather Overly.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
6 laps the distance for the Super Compacts coming out of turn 4, Mike George. And the 49 of Tringes Sr. Look at Sean Rich trying to go 3 wide. Sean Rich in 46, a good friend of the Tringes family, and they are now battling for the lead. Look at Mary Catherine Shimko, 2-time heat race winner, up from the back of the field into 3rd position already, looking for a 3rd heat race on the season. Side by side for the lead, Sean Rich in 46, Mark Tringes Sr. in 49. If you're looking for an affordable way to move from the grandstands to the Speedway, the Coca-Cola Super Compacts could be the way to do that. You can download a set of rules from our website at motordrome.com, and look at this, nearly making contact in the battle for second. Shimko is on the move from the back of the pack, and she takes the runner-up spot. Now Sean Rich looms in front of her. Just like Shimko, Sean Rich is a young driver, but also a veteran driver. Shimko with 2 heat race victories on the season, moving to the outside to challenge after starting at the back of this field. Sean Rich, the race leader, Mary Catherine Shimko in 2nd, Mark Tringes Sr. in 3rd. Sean Rich looking for a first heat race win of the season, slams the door on Shimko in turn 3. 2 laps to go in this first heat race for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Side by side for the lead. Shimko on the outside from the back of the field. Sean Rich on the inside. Rich drifting up the banking just a little, very close to making contact as the white flag signals final lap. 2 times prior this season, Mary Catherine Shimko has won a heat race. Now, after 3 weeks, her first 3 weeks of being a licensed teenage driver on the roads of Pennsylvania, looking for heat race win number 3, and in convincing fashion from the back of the field, car number 44 will take the checkered flag. Mary Catherine Shimko gets the win over Sean Rich, Mark Tringes Sr., Mike George, and June Mihalik. By Coca-Cola. We'll have 3 heat races for these drivers this evening in the Super Compacts, and we got contact on the start as Komarinsky, the pole starter, and Knight came together. Knight got shifted up to the wall, then got bumped from behind, and Jessica Knight made an outstanding save to keep everybody pointed in the right direction. That car was hit from the rear, that was hitting the wall, and she still maintains control of that number 76 car as we go 3 wide at the back of the pack. Komarinsky, the race leader, nearly gets into Grubbs, however. Komarinsky in car 33 has a heat race win, a young rookie driver. Grubbs in 62 has a heat race win. Tringes in 47 has a feature win, and he moves up to 3rd around Stahl. Grubbs, your race leader, in fact, as a rookie, has 2 heat race wins on the season, and now has officially scored the leader as they work lap number 2 of 6. Of course, official lead changes happen only when a different car reaches the flag stand finish line each lap. And the 47 of Tringes, a feature winner for the first time in his career in 2010. Looks beneath the 33 of Komarinsky, who goes way up high in turn 4, and the crossed flags indicate halfway through heat race number 2 for the Super Compacts as early race leader Kyle Komarinsky is off the pace. Nephew of a late model winner, Kyle Komarinsky slow and heading down pit lane on the back straight as the race leader continues to beat Dale Grubbs Jr. in car 62. Amazing season that he's having as a rookie. He's got 2 heat race wins and hasn't looked very much like a rookie. He's contended for feature victories in this his first season of competition. Tringes in 2nd spot, a young veteran. He's been at this for a few years now. And he got his first feature win and is closing on Grubbs, but with the white flag waving. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to reel in the leader to challenge for this checkered flag. Tringes has 1 heat race win to complement that 1 feature win. And coming out of turn 4, his 3rd checkered flag in heat race action as a rookie, Dale Grubbs Jr. will win it over Mark Tringes Jr., Jessica Knight, and Ben Stahl. 6 laps, the final heat race for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Green flag is out. Schwartz and Koffler, both with multiple feature victories on the season, side by side for the lead. In fact, every driver starting this heat race has been to victory lane in 2010. Koffler and Schwartz nearly making contact in turn 4 in the fight for the lead. Several of these drivers competed in a 60-lap enduro last Saturday night for our Crash-O-Rama. Schwartz, the points leader, now grabs the point position. He has 4 heat wins on the season to complement that pair of feature victories. A very young driver out in front, showing consistency to be atop the point standings. Now the 6 of Cody Quarrick challenges the 05 of Koffler. Quarrick, the Uniontown driver, moving into 2nd and leaving good friends. Andrew Dukavich in 04 and Paul Koffler in 05 to battle with each other. In spite of being good friends off the racetrack, they had a slugfest to the finish of a feature about a month ago. The 04 car and the 05 car were bouncing off one another to the checkered flag, and yet they're still good friends off the racetrack. Now Quarek looking for the lead. The former late model driver in car number 6, challenging Bill Schwartz, the points leader, to the inside. Quarek has only made a few starts and grabbed a feature victory, and officially takes the lead by a fender at the scoring line with just 2 laps to go. Now look at Andrew Dukavich in the 04. He started last, and he's about to look at making a 3-wide battle for the lead. Schwartz and Quarek, the 2 youngest drivers in this field, swap the lead. Now Dukavich is in second as the white flag signals final lap. Dukavich completes the pass. Keep in mind, championship points are awarded for heat race finishes. And out in front of this one, in car number 6 from Uniontown, picking up a heat race victory, Cody Quarek takes the checkered flag over Andrew Dukavich, Bill Schwartz, Eugene Zerfoss, and Paul Koffler Jr. 5, Bill Ashton from Hopwood. 0, Dink Colarusso from Greensburg. 48, Mike Bacalon. Green flag is out, and we will go 8 laps in the Napa Auto Parts Street Stocks. Colarusso, the points leader, is in car 0. In front of him, it's Sean Phillips battling with the 35 of Bill Ashton and the 05 of Tony Manganello. Meanwhile, leading lap 1 with a pretty good margin between himself and the rest of the field, it's Teddy Gibala, the 3-time feature winner. The only driver in the Napa Street Stocks with more than 2 wins is your race leader, Teddy Gibala. 05 of Manganello, a winner in previous years, but has only made a few starts in 2010. Manganello has the veteran Bill Ashton to his outside in car 35. Ashton from Hopwood, PA, has won here in the past. He travels the country with the Frank Kimmel Street Stock Series, and Sean Phillips wrestles 3rd position away from him, the former champion in car 31. And now the defending champion and the most recent winner, the 0, Dink Colarusso from Greensburg, dives beneath veteran Bill Ashton in 35. Continues to be Teddy Gibala running away with this heat race. In second spot, Tony Manganello, who goes up high in turn 4 and opens the inside lane for Sean Phillips. The crossed flags signal halfway through heat race number 1 for the Napa Street Stocks, and door to door, Sean Phillips and Tony Manganello. Phillips breaks through for second spot and brings Dink Colarusso right with him. Now Colarusso gets into the back of Phillips. They all have to check up, and Bill Ashton gains 2 positions in car 35. Ashton, using a non-traffic lane, was able to gain back 1 spot and challenge Colarusso again for 3rd. Colarusso in the 0, threatening to take the points lead here in these last few weeks, and has done so. Colarusso last year, in claiming the track championship, won double-digit features and just dominated the win column. In 2010, Colarusso in the 0 car has only 2 wins, but in our last event became the championship points leader. Now he battles for 3rd as the white flag is waving. Bill Ashton in 35 to the inside, Colarusso to the outside. Then it's Sean Phillips by himself in 2nd. And running away, the leading feature winner in the division from Coulter, Pennsylvania. The young driver in car number 3 taking another checkered flag. Heat race win for Teddy Gibala. Sean Phillips in 2nd. Bill Ashton battles back to 3rd. Tony Manganello steals 4th, and points leader Dink Colarusso finishes 5th. Packs Terry Schwartz. 8 laps the distance for heat race number 2 in the Napa Auto Parts Street Stocks, and the green flag is out. Oh, we got a spin. Dustin Blank goes around, collects the 34 of Aaron Minjock. Both cars stopped in turn 2, and it looks like we will need a caution flag. Try one more time to officially get this heat race underway. Scott Aiello in 00. 76, Tom Knight Sr. Green flag is out. Minjock and Blank were involved in that incident. They line up in row 2 with Minjock on the inside, Blank on the outside. Then it's the Hammer. Dave Tavermina in car 25, his first start in a couple of seasons. He was a dominant feature winner here earlier this decade, and look at Minjock throw that car sideways in turn 4. Dustin Blank holds his position in the outside lane, and in fact, looking to and now Blank is the car going sideways big time in turn 2. Minjock loose in 4, Blank loose in 2, and in spite of all that sliding around, and look at Dave Tavermina blows the engine in the 25 and backs into the wall, spinning in his own oil. Caution flag will wave. That spin was caused by a mechanical failure as oil hit the rear wheels and sent the 25 car into the wall. The Hammer, Dave Tavermina, coming to the Motordrome Speedway for his first event in a couple of seasons, and maybe Dave was more ready than that car. Third, it's Dustin Blank. Fourth, it's Aaron Minjock. Aiello opens up his lead, trying to regain the championship points lead. And with points on the line in the heat races, he can outrun this field and possibly gain a couple on Dink Colarusso, as Colarusso just finished 5th in his heat race. Look at Dustin Blank. That car is completely sideways all the way through 1 and 2, but he manages to hang on to it. Aaron Minjock in 4th spot, now gaining on Blank, and his car is very loose in turn 4. Drivers in this field who've been to victory lane, Aiello in the 00, the opening night winner. 94 of Blank, a winner in 2009 late in the season. Minjock, who got his first win in this division in 2010, and the crossed flag signal halfway. As Aiello continues to lead, Knight in 2nd, Blank in 3rd, Minjock in 4th. We have 3 laps to go. On the final lap, Scott Aiello with a huge lead in this heat race. Coming out of turn number 4, looking for his 4th heat race win of the season, Scott Aiello takes the checkered flag over Tom Knight Sr., Dustin Blank, and Aaron Minjock. Campbell, Pennsylvania, Chris Brink, and Adam Kostelnik, the 6-time champ in car 00. And no start that time, no start. We'll stack them up and try one more time for an even start. Motorsports, and Hanley starting on the pole for Viglione Racing as the green flag waves. Pat Hanley in car 60, no stranger to leading laps, as he has led several features and heat races in this his rookie season. Still looking for a first heat win. The hometown hero, Lonnie Hoffman, settles into 2nd. Kostelnik makes an early pass of the points leader, Chris Brink. And the 6-time champion driver is into 3rd position. Chris Brink in car number 3 is the leading winner in the division with 3 feature victories. He and Gary Scott both have a trio of wins. Right now, Brink back in 4th spot. Look at Hoffman challenging Hanley for the lead. Lonnie Lonnie Hoffman to the inside of Pat Hanley. They go wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Hoffman got his first career win in 2009 and has followed it up with a slew of wins ever since. And now Adam Kostelnik moves to the inside, challenging his former ride for second spot. They nearly make contact. Chris Brink watches this battle from fourth, but it's Kostelnik on the inside, Hanley on the outside. Kostelnik this season with that one feature victory also has one heat win, and he will take the second spot from Hanley. Now it's the three of Chris Brink going wheel to wheel with Hanley, coming out of turn number 2 on the backstretch. Brink, the 3-time winner, Hanley, the rookie, side by side with Kostelnik in second and not really able to pull away from either of those cars. Working lap 5 of 8. Lonnie Hoffman with a huge lead on the field, but the battle for second, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, Chris Brink in car 3, and the 6-time champion Adam Kostelnik in 00. Brink in his preferred line around the Motordrome Speedway, upstairs. Taking the runner-up position from Adam Kostelnik down the back straight. Let's see if he can complete that move. As the white flag is shown to Lonnie Hoffman, Chris Brink becomes the runner-up. Way out in front of this field in car 96, the former street stock racer. Now the owner and driver of the Bruce's Kids World, Scrinny's Automotive number 96, out of turn number 4. A 7th heat race win of the season for Lonnie Hoffman over Chris Brink, Adam Kostelnik, Pat Hanley, and Mike Lemley. 71, Troy Knight, 34, Rich Nicola. Green flag is out. 8 more laps for the Wyotech Modified. Brian Shipp, the early race leader in car 40. Gary Scott into second position. Side by side for third, most recent winner Billy Rebar, the flying fireman, on the outside of the 04 of Bobby Shipp. Shipp will maintain the third position. Working lap 2 of 8, Brian Shipp is the race leader. He is the younger of the Shipp Racing brothers. Right now it's veteran Gary Scott in car 16 separating the Shipp Racing entries. Billy Rebar in 4th, last time the winner. We were here 2 weeks ago for the NASCAR Whalen All-American Series. 5 laps remaining. It's Shipp, Scott, Shipp in the top 3. Then Rebar and street stock graduate Vince Cater in 27. And as Scott challenges for the lead beneath Brian Shipp, Bobby Shipp moves right up to the rear bumper of Scott. And Brian Shipp will lose 2 positions in a single lap. New race leader is Gary Scott in car 16, the 3-time heat winner and 3-time feature winner. Look at Bobby Shipp nearly locking wheels with the race leader. 3 laps to go in the 04 of Shipp from Elizabeth, Pennsylvania, the 4-time heat race winner. Challenging Gary Scott. Shipp has 2 feature victories this season. He's used a couple of different cars as he had some mechanical trouble early on. And officially now taking the lead on lap 6. It's the 04 of Bobby Shipp now out in front of the 16 of Gary Scott. Brian Shipp in 3rd. Billy Rebar in 4th in car 18. Scott not willing to surrender just yet. White flag waving final time around. Among the top 4 drivers as they are running on the speedway, a fantastic total of 7 feature wins. 2 of those at the wheel of the 04 car. Coming out of turn 4, it will be Bobby Shipp taking the checkered flag over Gary Scott, Brian Shipp, Billy Rebar, and Troy Knight. Mike Musiak. AJ Poljak of Pittsburgh in 2. Kristen Ettling of Connellsville in the 8. Chris Spadacine 43, Al Minjog 41, and Mary Catherine Shimko in 51. Green flag is out. 6 laps, the standard distance for tonight's heat races for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. And Denny Keller out to a huge lead. He comes into tonight only 16 points behind Zane Farrell, who'll be out in heat race number 2. Keller with 2 feature wins, blowing away this field on lap 1. Diving into second position, a driver who nearly got a win in one of his 2 starts. Oh, we got a spin. Jamie Shipley is into the apron of the Speedway, bumps the inside retaining wall. Jamie Shipley bringing out the caution flag with 1 lap completed. Auto Supply Service Chargers. Denny Keller and AJ Poljak lead them back up to full speed. Keller had a huge lead prior to that caution flag. Now let's see if that vintage Chevrolet Malibu of AJ Poljak can keep up with the race leader. Oh, sliding very close to the outside wall goes Poljak. He didn't make contact, but he had some extra speed carried through turn 4 that time. Kristen Ettling now up into 3rd spot. She's gotten around Musiak and Bryan on the restart. 6 laps the distance for the Chargers. Halfway signal given. And Poljak, oh, look at Keller throws the car sideways in turn 1. That miscue costs him about another 3 or 4 car lengths. Now we'll see if Poljak, who has a heat race win this season in only a couple of starts, can challenge the championship contender. Again, Poljak all the way to the top side out of turn 4 with 2 laps to go. Denny Keller's number 13 car, sponsored by Armory Locksmith, very loose handling tonight. And Poljak, who is a dirt track racer primarily, probably very comfortable with a loose handling car, number 2. White flag waving final time around. Remember, Keller comes in tonight 16 points out of the lead in the point standings. And a great heat race performance can help that cause as championship points are on the line in heat races. Look at Poljak closing in several car lengths in turn 3. Headed to turn 4, he will not be able to mount a challenge. And an 8th heat race win of the season for Denny Keller over AJ Poljak, Kristen Ettling, Roger Bryan, and Chris Spadacine. Green flag is out, and we're 3 wide at the start with Farrell, Anchorman, Eifert. Farrell takes the lead as Ankrum is dropping back quickly and nearly making 3 wide again as McConnell has to make contact with Scott to avoid getting into Ankrum. Second place driver now Ron Eifert III in car 61. He and Ettling, the only 2 drivers with 4 wins on the season in the Chargers. And a spin, Gary Ankrum goes around, nearly collects the 71 of John Scott. And we may have a caution flag here for the Just Simply Clean Anytime Fitness Cricket Mobile 21. Caution flag waves with 2 laps completed of 6. Ankrum of Smithfield tagging the tail of the field. 4 laps remaining, 6 laps the distance, back to full speed. Farrell now opens up a giant lead over the 4-time feature winner Ron Eifert. Gary Ankrum having some handling problems at the back of this field. He's a former winner at the Farmington Speedway in 4-cylinder competition. Cross flag signal halfway. It's Farrell leading Eifert, then Keller. Keller, whose car was seriously damaged several weeks back, he is winless, surprisingly, in 2010 after picking up a division championship a few years back. Battle for the 4th position now. Feature winner this season, Ed McConnell, closing in on the rear bumper, the 71 of Scott. Maybe a little bumper tag there in turn 4 as the white flag is waving for Farrell. McConnell still looking under Scott, but cannot find a way to make the pass. Both of them are gaining on the 3rd place ride of Tracy Keller, but preserving his points lead at the head of the pack. Taking the checkered flag, Zane Farrell with another heat race win over Ron Eifert III, Tracy Keller, John Scott, and Ed McConnell. E. Williams from Latrobe. Dan Lewis and Gary Wiltrout lead him to the green. 10 laps for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. The Palagrudo teammates ganging up on the car number 8 of Dan Lewis, the Liberty Stanton Racing Team entry. Chevrolet on the inside, Ford's on the outside, and Wiltrout will lead lap 1. Consecutive victories by the R&R Motorsports team. Wiltrout, who won his first 50-lapper of the season. The following week, Henry wins the Crown Jewel Summer Sizzler 100. And now they go side by side. The Stone and Company, Scottdale Lumber, Megan Fords, numbered 11 and 95. Both former Motordrome champions. Henry on the inside, taking a spot away from Wiltrout with 115 plus career victories. On lap 3 of 10 becomes the official leader. Now back to 2nd spot, the former Jennerstown Speedway champion, Gary Wiltrout. In 3rd spot, Dan Lewis looking for a career first win. In 4th, John Komarinsky, the Kiddo Fruit Juice sponsored number 33. Henry in car 11 earned the 2007 NASCAR Subway Super Late Model Track Championship. And coming into tonight, he is 2nd in the championship points chase. Henry now opens up a lead over Wiltrout. Wiltrout in 2nd spot, Lewis in 3rd. Single file action so far for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. With 2 laps to go, the field all strung out through turns 1 and 2. Bobby Henry, who grabbed that Crown Jewel victory. He stopped by the Lake Erie Speedway for a 150-lap Crown Jewel event several weeks ago and came away with a top 10 finish there as well. And seeing the white flag, final lap around for the Connellsville veteran. So far this season, 4 heat races. If he takes this checkered flag, will complement that feature victory from 2 weeks ago. And it will be a 4th win. Bobby Henry of Connellsville takes the checkered flag over teammate Gary Wiltrout. Dan Lewis, John Komarinsky, and the 64 of Michael Zombar, who wrestles a top 5 position away from the 4 of Snooky Williams crossing the line. Car number 96, Mark Poole. 10 more laps for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. Price and Catone lead him into turn 1. Early race lead belongs to Mark Catone in the 31 car. Side by side for 2nd, Todd Price and Barry Audi. 2 of 10, Mark Catone leads Barry Audi, Todd Price, and Steve Black. In fact, Black and Price side by side for that third spot. Mark Poole trying to nose into that battle. In this group, 5 feature wins on the season represented as they nearly went 3 wide. Poole a 2-time winner, Black in the 1 a 2-time winner, Price with 1 feature victory. And Black secures 3rd position now by a full car length around Price. Let's see if Mark Poole moves to the outside to challenge. Working lap 4 of 10, and Poole goes to the high side of Price. 96 car of Poole, a graduate of Legacy Competition. 51 of Price, a graduate of Limited Late Models. Halfway home, 5 down and 5 to go. Continuing to lead this race by about 6 or 7 car lengths, the defending track champion. He drives the K-Site Auto Express Transportation Mama Peppino's Pizza number 31. That is Mark Catone, 3 times a Motordrome champion and current points leader. Also a former Jennerstown track champion. And in his tire tracks in car 75, another former Jennerstown champion who's also won a track title at Clearfield Speedway, Barry Audi from Jenners, Pennsylvania. The Wheeler brothers, Stoystown Auto Wrecking Chevrolet, sitting in 2nd spot. Back to 3rd after losing a primary sponsorship several years. He found victory lane for the first time in 2010. That is the 1 of Steve Black from Greensburg, former truck division champion here at Motordrome. And behind him, Mark Poole, the Howard Concrete Pumping, Donaldson Supply Chevrolet number 96, multiple feature winner 2008, 2009, and now 2010. As the white flag is displayed, final lap around. It's Todd Price bringing up the rear in the Frankie Day Oldies Show, Stoystown Auto Wrecking Ford 51. But down the backstretch, as Audi closes in just a bit, it will be a 6th heat race win of the season for Mark Catone over Barry Audi, Steve Black, Mark Poole, and Todd Price. 11 of Steven Sheltman, the hard luck driver of the season. He's been so close to a career first win. And the Coca-Cola Super Compacts are green and racing 15 laps on Roadsburg Media Night at Motordrome Speedway. Ben Stahl in car 37 sets the early pace, but not too far behind is the 44 of Shimco. Now June Mihalik battling for 2nd. It's an all-female battle for 2nd, as Mihalik will steal away 2nd spot from the 44 of Shimco, who's 3 wide with Komarinsky and Quarik. Cody Quarik started deep in this field and powers his way to the inside, already up to 3rd spot. He's got 1 win on the season. Now he challenges June Mihalik for 2nd. Here comes the Hillbilly, Eugene Zerfoss in car 23, then the 31 of Bill Schwartz. Ben Stahl leading this event in car 37. But look at Uniontown's Cody Quarik muscle to the inside. Quarik, who used this race car in that 60-lap Enduro last Saturday, nosing out ahead, and officially on lap 3 of 15, Quarik becomes the leader. Eugene Zerfoss in 2nd, Ben Stahl in 3rd, Bill Schwartz, the 2-time winner, in 4th and challenging. Then there's Jessica Knight. Single file the first 3 places, and then the battle between Jessica Knight and Ben Stahl as Knight grabs 4th position. We got a spin in turn 2 as Steven Sheltman goes around, and we're gonna need to bring out a caution flag here on lap 4 of 10. Youngster on the restart from 2nd spot. Then it's 2-time winner Bill Schwartz and Jessica Knight in 76 looking for a first win. On on lap 4 of 15. Cody Quarrick, the race leader. Eugene, the Hillbilly Zerfoss, second. Points leader, Bill Schwartz, third. Jessica Knight in fourth. Andrew Dukavich in fifth after starting deep in the field. Quarrick opens up his lead as a battle for second develops between young Schwartz and veteran Zerfoss. A penalty for Koffler as he passed before the green flag. And now we've got a battle for fourth position, side by side, Jessica Knight and multiple feature winner Andrew Dukavich. And we need a caution flag. Turn number 3, Kyle Komarinsky has the 33 car stopped at the apron of the speedway. So we get set to go back to racing action. 7 of 15 laps completed. Cody Quarrick, the leader. Eugene Zerfoss, second. Bill Schwartz in third. Andrew Dukavich in fourth. Zerfoss, Schwartz, and now Dukavich in a 3-car battle for second, third, and fourth as Quarrick is running away with the lead here on lap 8 of 15. Jessica Knight joins that battle. It's now a 4-car fight. Knight will lose a few car lengths down the backstretch. Zerfoss and Schwartz, both 2-time winners, as is Dukavich in the 04. So 6 feature wins represented in this cluster of 3 cars. Knight in 76 looking for a career first, as that car was in victory lane the last time out with Christopher Knight at the wheel. Now Schwartz moves to the outside, challenging Zerfoss. Quarrick with a huge lead, so we're watching the battle for second. Zerfoss and Schwartz. Behind this group, there's another serious battle going on, that being for the 6th position. It's feature winner Mark Tringes Jr. and the 62 of heat race winner tonight, Dale Grubbs Jr. They are side by side out of 4, and they've been racing very close throughout this event. Working lap 12 of 15. And Cody Quarrick destroying the field. Battle for second is still Zerfoss, Schwartz, and Dukavich. And Dukavich going back to his roots of dirt track racing, getting off on the apron for some agricultural distance here at the Motordrome Speedway as he went about 50 yards off the pavement. White flag is waving. And the young driver from Uniontown, Pennsylvania, who started his career in the Super Compacts, was a feature winner, and immediately leaped to the top of the NASCAR ladder in the Subway Super Late Models. His late model has been out of commission, so he jumps in this race car, and for the second time in 2010, Cody Quarrick is the feature winner over Eugene Zerfoss, Bill Schwartz, Andrew Dukavich, and the 76 of Jessica Knight. Now, Cody, all this celebration in Victory Lane. Let's talk a little about your career and what brought you back to your racing roots, because we've seen you in the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models numerous times this season.
Just money, really. If I could run a late model, I would be. I'm glad to be back in this car. We've been more competitive. It's definitely fun. To win's awesome. I was glad we could get to car the third win. We've heard a lot of people say it wouldn't pass tech, so we'll go to the dyno. It'll pass. We'll be back next week, and they'll see it's the driver, not the car.
Now, speaking of driver and not the car, you also own a couple other machines that have been here this season as well, with Mr. Koffler behind the wheel. How many cars are in the shop over at the Uniontown Quarrick residence?
We have 3 of these cars. They're identical. Paul drove this one and one with it. Paul's just as good as driver as I am. This one here is for sale. Dad's ready to sell this one and move on to another one before this one gets beat up too much.
Well, that's a heck of a sales pitch. And speaking of pitches, how about a chance to thank your sponsors and crew?
I want to thank everyone from this team and my late model team, since I haven't got to before. Max Cato, his parents, family, all of them. AJ Kutek, my mom, dad, my girlfriend Jessica, Dakota, Timmy, my cousin Josh, hates racing but helps me every night. Just everyone. New York Bar and Grill, Squeeze and Go Fuel Services, Haunted Hills Estate, Arsenberger Trucking, Bobby Henry for all the help, whether it be this, late model, just anyone that's had a helping hand, I appreciate it.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, second win of the season for Cody Quarrick. Laps for the Napa Street Stocks. Green flag in the hands of Jason Holder. And Tom Knight and Bill Ashton lead them to full speed in turn 1. 3 wide go the leaders with Scott Aiello on the inside. Now we're still 3 wide with Ashton, Blank, and Gabala. And Aiello now with a huge lead as a result of that 3 wide action. It's Tom Knight Sr. in second. Dustin Blank and Bill Ashton battling for third side by side. Then it's Teddy Gabala in the 3 and Aaron Minjock in 34. Ashton and Knight, the 2 most senior drivers in this field. Working lap 2 of 25, and Ashton sliding way to the top side. 3 wide this time with Minjock and Gabala, and that miscue is going to cost Ashton 4, maybe 5 positions, as now Dink Colarusso moves by in the 0. This giant pack of cars includes the entire field except race leader Aiello, who's out to a half a straightaway lead here in the early going. Then it's Tom Knight. Then it's Teddy Gabala, the 3-time winner, and the 94 of Dustin Blank side by side. This battle for third is just in front of points leader Dink Colarusso and the 34 of Minjock. Gabala gets a little sideways there in turn 2, but still musters a run down the backstretch to hold even with Dustin Blank for third position. Tom Knight Sr. is in second, and 3 wide would be a bad idea. And these drivers know it, as lap 5 of 25, we stay with Knight in second and Gabala and Blank side by side for third. Then 2 former champions, Dink Colarusso in the 0 and Sean Phillips in the 31. Phillips is directly beneath Aaron Minjock, who got a win this season. Gabala now challenging to the inside of Knight after breaking free from the 94 of Blank. Now here comes Colarusso. Colarusso started way at the back of this field, but he's seeing his championship rival way out in front for perhaps a second feature win of the year. Now it's Phillips battling Knight and Blank. We are 3 wide coming out of turn 2. A dangerous situation, but we continue on. Now Aaron Minjock looks to pass the 76 of Knight. Knight trying to slam the door. They make contact in turn 4. Minjock with a great save. Knight with a great save. Tony Manganello and Mike Bacalon join that battle as a result of the contact, and Knight loses 2 more spots. Now just in front of this battle, the 31 of Sean Phillips goes door to door with Dustin Blank in 94. And Phillips will take the spot away on lap 9. It's now Phillips in 4th, Blank in 5th, And up in front of them, it's current points leader Dink Colarusso in third spot in car 0. Colarusso just grabbed the championship points lead with his feature win 2 weeks ago. He's a 2-time winner, and in front of him is 3-time winner Teddy Gabala. Both of these drivers have cut Scott Aiello's lead down in half. We are on lap number 10, and about lap 2 or 3 of this event, Aiello was checked out and gone. Now the 00 car, is it slowing down, or is Gabala getting faster now that he's single file and not battling side by side with other drivers? Race leader has 1 victory, is second in the championship point standings, and led the title chase for most of the season. We'll call him a rookie since he only made about 4 starts in the Napa Street Stocks before this season. He drives the North Star equipment. Aiello's Body Shop, Armory Locksmith, Mag Racing, HB Motorsports entry for Howie Bayless. And Scott Aiello now adding a couple of car lengths to his lead interval between himself and Teddy Gabala in car 3. Race leader puts a lap on rookie Terry Schwartz in the 03. Now the Aiello advantage begins to shrink just a bit. Dink Colarusso falling way back from Gabala in second. This could be a 2-horse race as we have 10 laps to go unless we see a caution. It could be Aiello and Gabala as that interval will occasionally shrink, will occasionally enlarge. Battle is now for third. Sean Phillips, who started way back in the pack, has reeled in Dink Colarusso in car 0. Phillips this season not a championship contender as he was out much of the first half of the season. Since returning, he has an amazing percentage of top 2 and top 3 finishes, including a pair of victories. As Phillips had reeled in Colarusso. Now Colarusso able to put some distance between himself and Phillips, and at the same time gain on Gabala. Out of turn 4, the 5th place changes hands as Tony Manganello from deep in the field advances to pass the 94 of Dustin Blank. Then it's the lapped machine, the 03 of Schwartz and the 34 of Aaron Minjock. Of Dustin Blank with a right rear tire flat. He is trying to hang on to that race car in turn 2. Continues to lose positions, however. A veteran driver who knows exactly what to do when that case is happening. We'll see if he can safely get to the pits or if he's going to just ride this one out for the final 5 laps. Heartbreak for Blank. Still looking for that first win of this season. Leaders will be approaching him momentarily as Scott Aiello enters the back straight. The White Oak, Pennsylvania driver, and we do have a caution flag. Since Dustin Blank was not able to find an opening to get into the pits, we're going to slow the field down, allow him to safely exit with that flat right rear tire. Feature winner last season, former late model driver is Dustin Blank, and a former competitor on the NASCAR Goodies Dash National Traveling Series. Blank heads pit side. We have 4 laps to go in the Napa Street Stock feature with Aiello and Gabala bringing them back to the green. Three wide as the second place driver is dropping backwards. Teddy Gibala losing 3 spots on the restart. And we got a caution flag as Aaron Minjock is pointed the wrong direction in turn number 3. Aaron Minjock in car 34 from Greenock. The Minjock Painting Motordrome Ride and Drive Experience, sponsored number 34, brings out the second caution on this same lap. Again, try to get back underway with 4 laps to go. Scott Aiello, Teddy Gibala, Dink Colarusso. Let's see if this time Gibala can get through turns 1 and 2 at full acceleration. And again, the gearing of car number 3 is not in favor of restarts. He loses 5, 6 positions on this restart. Into second now, it's Dink Colarusso, and there's contact. Dustin Blank goes around after some contact with the 76 of Tom Knight Sr. Gibala stops to avoid an impact, and we'll need a caution flag. Look at Sean Phillips trying to claim a 3rd win of the season. Mike Bacalon is up to 5th, but dirt tracks the car, 48. Aiello right back to where he was, out in front, because now Dink Colarusso has to fight off the advances of Sean Phillips. 2 laps to go. Phillips was part of that near photo finish 2 weeks ago with Matt Sever. Now he's side by side with Colarusso, and that battle allows Scott Aiello to move out to a big lead. On the final lap, the White Oak, Pennsylvania driver who scored an upset victory on opening night, then continued out in front of the point standings for several weeks, taking a 2nd career checkered flag, Scott Aiello. In second by just a fender, it's Dink Colarusso over Sean Phillips, then Bill Ashton and the 48 of Mike Bacalon. Well, Scott Aiello, this 2nd feature win. Did you expect it to be such a long time between your feature wins here in 2010 when you came right out of the gate and win your first start with this new team?
For a while there, I didn't think I was going to win again this year. It was bad.
You were consistent, though. As a driver that we're calling pretty much a rookie to this division, you've had the poise to be consistent and lead the standings, then disaster 2 weeks ago. Let's talk about that.
I had a couple bad weeks. Got spun out, and it's just too bad.
But still a smile on your face, still persevering, and now here you are after the 2 worst weeks of the season, right back to victory lane. I know there's a collection of sponsors and crew that helped to make that happen.
I want to thank my wife, my son, Adam, and all the guys down there, Howie, Andy Snowmobiles, Armory Locksmiths, North Star, and Diamond Shine. Sammy Styles also.
Well, now that you've had 2 wins and now that you're very close in the championship chase, are you going to change your driving style at all over these next few weeks and be a little less aggressive knowing that there's possibly a championship on the line?
I don't know. You just got to drive and see where you finish, that's all.
And he finishes at the front tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, a 2nd career win for Scott Aiello. Set to go green and racing, Pat Hanley and Billy Rebar on the front row. Green flag is out. Picking up right where he left off last week, the flying fireman Billy Rebar leads lap number 1. Hanley holds on to the 2nd spot. Brian Shipp in car 40, just like the race leader, is a one-time winner this season. Adam Kostelnik as well in the 00. Then the 3-time winners. The 3 of Brink and the 16 of Scott. Challenge for third, Kostelnik inside a Ship. On lap 4 of 25, in spite of getting loose, Ship maintains his position to the outside of Kostelnik for third. So many times the last 2 seasons, Ship's older brother Bobby and Adam Kostelnik in the 60 were wheel to wheel for wins. Now the younger Ship, trying to defend third position against the 6-time champion's advances. And there's Pat Hanley, Kostelnik's former ride, now looming in front of him as Kostelnik takes over third by half a car length. Working lap 6 of 25, and Billy Rebar in car number 18 has now led 31 consecutive laps of feature racing and counting. Big problem in turn 1 as Lonnie Hoffman goes airborne over Gary Scott. It was the 00 of Adam Kostelnik who got turned around first and collects both of the brothers' Ship, the 40 of Brian Ship, the 04 of Bobby Ship, and championship contender Lonnie Hoffman goes airborne over the 16 of Gary Scott in this incident. Hoffman has stopped atop the banking in turn 2. Gary Scott continues on. No, we're not. We're going to keep it as Billy Rebar jumped on the hammer and blows away the rest of the field. And we are going to wave this start off. Chris Brink and Gary Scott now lead us back to green flag racing on lap 7 of 25. Now the Glenn Campbell Gambler, Chris Brink in car 3, looking to challenge rookie Pat Hanley for second position. Last time out, Brink finished second to Rebar, and now on lap 8 of 25, Brink moves into second spot to Rebar. He clears the Pat Hanley number 60 in turn 3, and now the Flying Fireman has the points leader in his rearview mirror. Chris Brink looking to the outside. The Glenn Campbell Gambler is on the move after starting deep in this field. His championship nemesis, Lonnie Hoffman, was just towed off the speedway. And now Brink will take the lead officially if he can maintain this pass to the scoring line. And Billy Rebar's streak of consecutive feature laps led comes to an end at 35. With Brink now pacing the field. Pat Hanley gets a run to the inside of Brink for second, or to the inside of Rebar, I should say, for second spot. Hanley looking for that career first win on pavement, the career first win in modifieds. As a many-time winning dirt track street stock driver, Hanley holds the runner-up spot and Billy Rebar feels the pressure of Gary Scott. Scott's number 16 car was used as a ramp moments ago, vaulting the Hoffman car into the air, and seemingly without damage, Gary Scott advances. The 3-time winner is now third on lap 13. The rookie Pat Hanley is second, and the 3-time winner Chris Brink holds the lead. Billy Rebar into the wall after contact with the 71 of Troy Knight. Mike Lemley cuts down a tire in car 93. He will head pit side. But the most recent feature winner, Billy Rebar, heads to the infield. The Flying Fireman, who got that upset win 2 Fridays ago. Hanley jumps the restart, waits for Brink, green flag is out. Start will be good as now the 27 of Vince Cater goes dirt track racing. Crossing back up in front of the 34 and spinning in turn 2. Caution flag out for Cater in 27. No caution flag is needed. How about Vince Cater driving away from the scene of that incident? We continue on. Chris Brink, the race leader. Gary Scott stealing second position away from Pat Hanley. Troy Knight having a great run in 4th spot. It's Chris Brink, the leader. Gary Scott in second. A combined 6 feature wins between the two here on lap 17. Pat Hanley in third. He's finished third already as a rookie a couple of times this season. 71 of Troy Knight. Perhaps having his best career run tonight. Then Adam Kostelnik battling back from the spin in 5th spot. It's Brink, Scott, Hanley. And the closest battle on the speedway is Troy Knight. Knight made a few starts in 2009, learning the ropes of the modifieds after moving up from the super compacts. But we'll call him a rookie this season because he had such limited experience. He's gaining on Hanley, 2 strong rookies in the Wyotech modifieds here in 2010. Laps to go, the signal given to Chris Brink. Brink, the former semi-late ace at Jennerstown Speedway, who took the risk of switching to open-wheeled race cars. Weekly, he takes the risk of using the high side for position passes. And now the Glenn Campbell Gambler, looking to become the leading feature winner at Motordrome in 2010, as the current points leader takes the white flag. Single file racing behind him, positions unchanged. And having the season of his career, possibly leading to a track title, Chris Brink takes his 4th checkered flag of the season over Gary Scott, Pat Hanley, Troy Knight, and Adam Kostelnik. Well, Chris Brink, come on over here. You know, it seems like every week there's somebody new you have to challenge. Last week you followed Bill Rebar home to his first win. He wasn't a contender until a couple of weeks ago. Is this field actually getting stronger later in the season?
Absolutely. There's not a slow car out here anymore, so, you know, it's tough to pass anybody. So I'm happy to be back. All praise and glory to God first. I prayed for this win. We needed it, believe me.
It's been a tough few weeks for you, and now tonight, tough luck for the championship contender along with you. I've asked another driver already tonight, with a possible championship in your sights, do you change your driving style at all these last few weeks, knowing that a miscue could take away a championship, or are you still going for wins?
Hey, I race every day, could be my last. We're racing to get the best out of the car every night. you know, I know where I am in the points. I'm not concerned with it. I just want to win or run as fast as the car will go that night. That's all I want to do. The points will end up where they end up.
And speaking of a fast car, you have some sponsors and crew that help to keep it that way. Let's thank them here in Victory Lane.
First, my #1 fan, my wife, and my brother helping me out, and Rick Weller's helping me. And I want to give a mention to this car. You know, this is an unusual car. The front end of this is a J-yard chassis, peanuts. The center of the car is a left-hander. The rear of the car was built by Matt and Walt Smith. And I got a little of my own in here, but those three really, left-hander and Walt and Peanuts, those guys are modified guys from way back, and they got a lot in this, too. So it's part of them.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, 4th time in Victory Lane, points leader Chris Brink. Catherine Shimko from Keisterville, and 20, Ed Sheltman from Pittsburgh. 25 laps in the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers, and their biggest event of the season is underway. Our friends from Armory Locksmith providing the trophy for tonight's Crown Jewel event. And Al Minjock in car 41 leads several cars 3 wide. Unbelievable action there through turns 3 and 4. I can't believe we didn't have a disaster. Battle for second, Ed McConnell, 1 time a feature winner in his career. Battling the 43, Chris Spadacine, 2 times a feature winner in his career. Minjock out in front now, 3 cars fighting for 4th, 5th, and 6th. John Scott in 71, Zane Farrell in 14, Denny Keller in 13. Farrell grabs 3rd from McConnell, and Keller about to follow suit right beneath the 48 car. #41 of Al Minjock has had things all his way the first 4 laps of this event. Now the points leader, Zane Farrell, closes into his outside. Minjock hangs on to the lead by just about a bumper. Coming out of turn 4, Minjock in the preferred lane, Farrell with a full head of steam. Minjock stays out in front by a bumper, officially on lap 5 of 25. Now veteran Minjock in serious jeopardy of losing his lead. Meanwhile, Poljack passes 2 cars in a single turn, driving on the apron to do so. The 2 car is moving up in a big way around Spadacine and McConnell. Lead still side by side on lap 6, but by inches. It's officially Zane Farrell out in front, though he has to still complete that pass. On the back straight, not quite a full car length ahead of Minjock. Now the dive-bombing Poljack, who gained 2 spots last lap, is trying to gain at least another one, and maybe 2 in this lap. 3 wide entering turn 1. Poljack on the apron does another 2-position gain in 1 corner here on lap 7. Poljack, the dirt track racer, he's won on the dirt this season, and we got a spin in turns 1 and 2. 2 cars have gone around, the 02 of Mike Musiak and the 00 of Chad Goring. Jock AJ Poljack, the top 3. We go back to green. Now a pair of classic Chevrolet Malibus are duking it out for 2nd position. AJ Poljack on the inside, Al Minjock on the outside. Denny Keller watches that battle from 4th. Minjock up the banking, Poljak into second. That puts Keller up to third as Minjock loses 2 spots and pulls in line in front of Ed McConnell. Race leader is still Zane Farrell, the points leader. How tough and even is the Charger field? 4-time winners Kristen Ettling and Ron Eifert are struggling to stay in the top 10 in mid-pack. Tracy Keller enters the front straight and spins car number 1 to the inside. The former champion tried to avoid contact and ends up going into the inside wall on the front straight. 15 laps remaining, a full regular Charger feature yet to go as the green flag waves. It's Farrell, Poljak, and Keller. Minjock hangs on to 4th. He's defended that position against the advances of feature winner Ed McConnell. But the second place battle looks to possibly heat up as Denny Keller in car 13, the Armory Locksmith sponsored machine, trying to gain a couple more car lengths. We've got a good battle going for 6th spot in the middle of the back straight. Ron Eifert the third in car 61 and Kristen Ettling, the division's leading winners, are bumper to bumper with Chris Spadacine. Up front, Poljak has closed in on the race leader at the signal of halfway. 13 of 25 laps are completed, and after it looked like Keller had gained a couple of car lengths on Poljak, now the tires are heated up and Poljak looking to move beneath the points leader. Poljak's 1 career asphalt win came in 2009, and if he can win this event in his 3rd start, he will prevent the regular competitors from going to victory lane in their biggest event of the season. Rookie Mary Catherine Shimko goes a lap down. Poljak has used the apron of the track already twice tonight in different corners to gain ground. Farrell able to keep about a car length and a quarter between himself, and now Farrell gets sideways in turn 1. I don't think they made contact, but Farrell threw the car hard into turn 1 and got a little sideways. Poljak right on his rear bumper as Al Minjock retires to the pits following a great run tonight. Working lap 16 of 25. Farrell and Poljak putting some distance between themselves and the 13 of Denny Keller. And again, Farrell slides through turn 1. This time, so does Poljak. The loose handling condition, something we're much more accustomed to seeing from the 2 of Poljak than the 14 of Farrell. On lap 18, the lead remains about 1.5 feet between the front bumper of A.J. Poljak and the rear bumper of Zane Farrell. Poljak tries the high side, but gets the car even more loose than in previous attempts through turn 1, and that gives Farrell about a car length or 2 now advantage over what he had before. Now they lap the 20 of Ed Sheltman, who's returning tonight. They lap the rookie, Mary Catherine Shimko. And with 5 laps to go, Poljak remains in striking distance. Al Minjok returns to the surface in front of the leaders. A 2-horse race in the Crown Jewel event for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. The Armory Locksmith Trophy awaits the winner, and this time Poljak is all kinds of sideways. You can tell he's a dirt tracker as that lap through turn 1, he made her handle like a dirt car. Now trying to take a peek to the inside of Farrell. Farrell very hard into turn 3 that time and develops another car length between himself and Poljak. And now Keller is gaining on this duo. Denny Keller may not be able to make a pass for the win with 3 laps to go, but he has nipped away slightly at the advantage that Farrell and Poljak had over him just a few laps ago. Be more lap traffic in these final 2 laps before the leaders can take the checkered flag. Looming just in front of King Zane Farrell, it's the 0-2 of Mike Musiak and the 1 of Tracy Keller. White flag now displayed. Leaders in lap traffic. Poljak goes to the inside. Poljak slides the number 2 through turn 1. And Farrell now with maybe his biggest lead of the last 4 or 5 laps. And Poljak held up behind the lap cars and coming to the checkered flag in the biggest event of the season for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. Zane Farrell will win it over A.J. Poljak, Denny Keller, Ron Eifert III, and Ed McConnell. Subway gift certificate for you, Zane. Biggest event of the season. How does it feel to be in victory lane after a special event for the first time in your career?
It feels pretty good after what happened 2 weeks ago. It was a bummer what happened, but that's just a racing deal, and it just feels good to be back in victory lane because we worked so hard, and it finally paid off.
Just like the modifieds, there seems to be somebody different nipping at your heels or somebody different you have to pass each week. This week it was that A.J. Poljak car, and he made some bold moves coming up from the back of the field. Do you like it better when it's somebody you know and race every week, or is it okay for a guy that you don't see every week to be out there with you when you might not know his moves?
I think it's better to race against A.J. He's a new guy, and he's not a new guy, but he comes out every so often, and I just like watching him race and stuff. I like how he puts it sideways. I mean, that's what real racing is. And he raced me very clean. I got to thank him. That was great. That was a good racing, too.
Now, before you collect the Armory Locksmith Trophy here in Victory Lane, question that we've asked all the drivers so far, you've got a championship in your sights. Do you adjust your driving style at all to protect that points lead over these final few weeks, or is it go for broke for every feature win you can get?
You just got to play conservative is what I think. I mean, we're only out there racing one guy. We're racing Denny for the championship. So if I beat him, it's a plus weekend. I could finish dead last, and I could finish next to last. He could finish dead last. I still gain points on him. So I just play conservative right now.
There he is, the sophomore driver with a championship title in his sights. Ladies and gentlemen, Zane Farrell. Lewis in the 8, pole starter John Komarinsky in 33. Green flag is out. Hard into the front straight wall. John Komarinsky, after contact with Steve Black, a hard impact. Pole starter John Komarinsky continues on driving after that impact that nearly put the 33 Kid O Sport Drinks machine on 2 wheels. And then a hard impact by the 95 of Gary Wiltrout, the winner 2 races ago. Komarinsky limps back to the pit area. Black, Barry Audi, Mark Poole, and Mark Catone take the green flag. Dan Lewis in car 8, leading, and now Steve Black wants the lead. They nearly made contact in turn 4. They brush a little in turn 1. And Black, who's having the season of a lifetime. 2 victories in the Subway Super Late Models, the first 2 of his career, and he takes the lead from Dan Lewis. Barry Audi here on lap 3, challenging Lewis for second spot. Audi, the Subway Eat Fresh Challenge driver of the night, advancing to the runner-up position. Then it's the battle of marks. Mark Catone on the inside, Mark Poole on the outside. The position is 4th, and they are door-to-door all the way around the half mile. Poole up high, Catone down low. Bobby Henry watching this battle from 4th position, make that 5th position. At the scoring line, Catone inches ahead officially for 4th on lap 5. Although he's not completed yet the pass of Poole, he's already challenging Lewis in the 8. It's a 3-car fight for 3rd position. Make it a 4-car fight. Bobby Henry joins in, the most recent winner of the 100-lap Summer Sizzler. 2 rows, 2 by 2 for top 5 positions. Catone breaks free from Lewis for 3rd spot. And after Poole was once in 3rd, he chooses the wrong lane, tries to follow Lewis, and has to tuck in behind Henry. So Poole loses 3 spots. Now challenging Lewis to gain 1 of those back and remain in the top 5. Snooky Williams pulls pit side, joining John Komarinsky and Gary Wiltrout as competitors out of this event. In 2nd spot, Barry Audi. A win in 2009, a win in 2010. 2 track championships, one at his home track of Jennerstown, one at the Clearfield Speedway. And this veteran could win a free 6-inch meatball sub for everybody in the house. Standing between Audi and the Subway Eat Fresh Challenge, it's the one of Steve Black. And now Mark Catone in 31 is 3rd and has joined the lead duo. Mark Catone in 31 looks to the inside of Barry Audi. Catone a 3-time winner this season. Audi with 1 win, race leader Steve Black with 2. 6 total victories on the season, represented by the top 3 here on lap 12 of 50. Catone continues to look inside, and as he and Audi battle, it allows Steve Black to open up his biggest lead of the race, which is still a modest 4 to 5 car lengths. Bobby Henry riding 4th, Mark Poole in 5th. Audi and Catone both share a Jennerstown Speedway championship on their long resumes. And Catone, a 3-time Motordrome champion. Here on lap 16, 2 very evenly matched race cars. Up front, Steve Black in the Black Mountain Enterprises Baker Race Cars Toyota #1. In second spot, Barry Audi, the Wheeler Brothers Stoystown Auto Wrecking Chevrolet #75. In third spot, the K-Site Auto Express Transportation Mama Papino's Pizza 31 of Mark Catone. And in fourth, Bobby Henry, the most recent winner in the Palagrudo Motorsports Stone & Company Scottdale Lumber Megan Ford. Inside the top 5, the 96 Howard Concrete Pumping Donaldson Supply Chevrolet of Mark Poole. To go. Black not able to pull away much from the dueling Audi and Catone. On lap 22, Steve Black remains the pace setter, the former truck division champion, the two-time winner this season, former Mara Series traveler. In second spot, Barry Audi, and in third, Mark Catone. Now that Audi and Catone are no longer dueling with each other and have lined up single file, let's see if Audi can cut into the lead built up by Steve Black, which is not a tremendous margin here on lap 24. Next time around, these drivers will see the crossed flags indicating halfway. Barry Audi clearly gaining ground on leader Steve Black. Catone has lost several car lengths to the Subway Eat Fresh Challenge driver, and we've got a caution flag. Debris in turn 3, bringing out the caution flag at lap 26. And Steve Black has to be saying, why couldn't this have happened 2 laps earlier when I could have been a single file restart? Second consecutive win for Bobby Henry as we go back to green flag racing. On the restart, Audi holds pace with leader Steve Black. And officially by just more than a fender on lap 27, Barry Audi becomes the race leader. Steve Black very close to the inside of the 75 car. Black now back into second position as he was on lap 2 before taking the lead from Dan Lewis. This time they make hard contact going into turn 1 and Barry Audi spins. Race leader Barry Audi spins in turns 1 and 2 off the front bumper of the 1 of Steve Black. And Audi expressing displeasure with the 1 of Steve Black. Green flag is back out. Catone and Henry lead him to turn 1. car 11, the new race leader, after Black and Audi go to the tail. And just like the 100-lapper 2 weeks ago, Henry masterful on restarts as he grabbed the point position from Catone. Barry Audi is back up to 4th position and closing in on Mark Poole. Catone in 31 tries to move to the high side. Henry takes his 11 car up half a group. And on lap 31, car 31 remains in 2nd. Barry Audi challenging Poole for 3rd. Quickly back up through this attrition-marred field. And Barry Audi returns to a podium position after wrestling the lead away from Steve Black laps ago before the spin. Now with Audi in 3rd, the lead battle, Catone and Henry. The drivers at the front of this pack have each won one of the 2 Triple Crown events completed so far in 2010. Catone wins the 100-lapper in June. Henry wins the 100-lapper in August. Working lap 34, and Catone looks like he will be challenging on the high side as this lead battle continues on. Audi is 3rd, and he's gained a couple of car lengths on this lead battle, but not yet a threat for the win. 15 laps to go. Now Catone looks to the inside after several laps of peeking to the outside. It's Ford versus Chevrolet, veteran versus veteran, champion versus champion. On lap 36 of 50, Bobby Henry the leader, Mark Catone in 2nd. Henry using the middle of the Motordrome Speedway, and Catone unable to get a run to the outside or inside. 2 cars very evenly matched. Catone with 2 wheels down on the apron in turn 4, trying to find his way around Bobby Henry. Both of these drivers began their careers long ago in super compact 4-cylinder racing here at Motordrome, on the dirt. And since becoming a NASCAR Speedway, 2 of the most successful drivers. 10 laps remaining, and Catone this time looks outside again. Now Catone with his best run to the outside of Henry so far. Wheel to wheel, they cross the start-finish line. Henry remains officially the leader. And with a daring outside pass, Mark Catone becomes the man out front with 9 laps to go. Henry is in 2nd, Barry Audi in 3rd, Mark Poole in 4th, Steve Black in 5th. Catone put several car lengths between himself and Bobby Henry. Audi has to this point been unable to gain much ground on the 2nd place driver. fourth position with 5 laps to go. Steve Black, after recovering from being sent to the tail, has Mark Poole in his sights. Both of these drivers, 2-time winners in 2010. Barry Audi all by himself in third, just in front of this battle. Bobby Henry in second. And with just 3 laps to go, although Catone is not drastically increasing his lead, he may just have enough distance between himself and Henry to go on to a division-leading 4th win of 2010. 2 laps to go, the signal given to Catone. Mark Catone, who spent seasons traveling nationally with the Iceman Supercar Series. After graduating from the nationally touring ARCA Pro 4 competition, at his home track of Motordrome, possibly headed for a 4th career championship and seeing the white flag toward perhaps a 4th win of 2010. Henry still second, Audi still third through turns 3 and 4. The current points leader taking another checkered flag, 4 wins on the year for Mark Catone over Bobby Henry, Barry Audi, Mark Poole, and Steve Black. Well, Mark Catone, that was a hard-fought battle on a hot night, 2 longtime veterans. That has to be fun in the race car, as it is fun to watch.
It really is. You know, I got to thank the fans, Subway, Lasky family, MC Quality Cars, Auto Express, K-Site, Mama Papina's, Lloyd's Graphics, Baker Race Cars, everybody involved in our program, Mom, Dad, crew, everybody involved, Debbie Horner, K-Site, my man Mark's here from K-Site, the crew, Franklin Rear Ends, Baker Race Cars. The fans really appreciate you coming out with the support. We really enjoy it. We really need it. It's enjoyable. All the competitors out here, all the racers out here. Again, toughest competition in the country. It was a bad break for those guys out front there, but you know, the deal is in order to finish first you must finish, and you know, we got to be there at the end, and that's the key. And we just really enjoy racing with all these competitors because they're all good people, and we really have fun doing it, like you said.
With a championship in sight, the kind of incident you watched at the front of this field, is that extra scary to you at this time of the year when you know that wadding up this race car could cost you a track title?
Definitely. What we try to do is be patient, take our time, let it weed out a little bit and work our way through, and just be patient and be there at the end. And hopefully it worked out good for us tonight. Car was good. We made some adjustments. The whole crew, we were working on it. We were tight all night. We got tight in that 100 lapper a couple weeks ago. And then we just kept throwing some stuff at it to try it, and luckily it worked out good for us, and we're really happy with it.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, a division-leading 4th win of 2010 for defending track champion Mark Catone.